it. So did anyone do Chevruta this week?
Do what?
Did
Exactly.
anyone do the studies with your partner?
Yeah.
I did.
Chevruta.
Yeah.
Okay.
Annie,
Sorry.
Nodding.
Yes.
Is that working for you, or is it a worthwhile use of your time?
Yeah, it's fun.
yes.
Rona better say the same thing.
Yes, definitely. I have a wonderful partner. Yes.
Excellent.
As do I.
To be honest.
But
Um,
Can you put the fan on?
so does anyone have any questions about the material
I have one.
thus far? Letters, the vowels, or any of the content material about the meaning in the chapters that we haven't gone over? Yes, Norm.
I think Teresa and I worked it out, but I'd like confirmation, please, if I may. On page 19,
19.
it's row J, the third word from the right.
Why is it?
Third word from the right. So it's the fourth word of the line from the J, right?
No, the third word.
Oh.
So you're an A.
How
Shab,
would you read it?
Sham, and then we think it's Shabab. But
Yeah.
we needed
That's
some
correct.
expert confirmation.
Shabab.
That's what Teresa and I came up with.
You and Teresa are quite the team.
I do have a question, David.
Yes, Teresa.
I did not discuss this on with Norm, but on page 13,
13?
13, yep,
Yeah.
line I,
Yes.
the first two words sounds. So I know you're supposed to end a word with an M, with
Well,
so the first word it ends with the M suffix, but the second word does it not end in an M suffix because it's got a vowel on the bottom of it?
That
So
is
that means
absolutely
Yeah.
correct.
Shema.
So that means
I'm lost. Where is she?
so it's a little it's not confusing. I understand it, but why does that not make it the last letter? Because the vowel is the last letter.
Right, because the mem sophite cannot take a vowel.
Okay, gotcha.
There are
Understand.
some final letters that do take a vowel, but the mem sophite cannot take a vowel.
Sounds good.
And by the way, that second word is not a real word.
Okay,
No.
it's
I don't know if
just
you can have a
sounds.
word like that. It's just for you to practice the sound.
Gotcha.
The first word is a real word. Sham is a real word. It means over there.
Okay.
Just FYI, you don't have to remember that. Some of these are real words and some of them are not.
Okay.
It's really just consonants and vowels put together for the purpose of you to practice reading them.
I love that little thing.
Any other questions?
Nope.
Annie?
Yeah, so Carol and I had a question. It showed up a few times, but I think it's the same issue. Say, page 18, 4A, the fourth word in.
Which letter?
It's 4A.
Before A, okay.
So the fourth word in bet and shin. We think it's Bosch, but we're surprised that there's no little dot after the bet. Is
So
that?
it's not Bosch.
Oh, okay.
Because there's no ah vowel there.
No, Bosch, the Bosch sound. I misspoke.
Bosch is correct because
Why is there a dot after the bet?
it's because usually it's printed like this to avoid having two little dots right next to each other. And the idea being that the dot in the shin, that makes it a shin, is serving double duty. It's having two jobs, both the shin dot and the O dot. And that's pretty common.
So anytime you have that sequence where there's a a consonant with no vowel with it, and then it's followed by the shin, it's going to be consonant sound osh, shosh.
Correct. Oh, what's
So
going
that, Annie, it explains it at the top of 14, page 14. So it says reading practice, but then the paragraph right under that tells you about that.
for?
So I wanna-
Thank you.
Well,
Yeah,
Yep, there it is. Yeah,
thank you.
thank you, Teresa. Denise?
welcome.
Is the shin without the dot, is that another sounding letter?
The dot would be on the other side, and it would be the S sound. This,
I
the shin
don't
is SH. If the dot was on the left-hand side of the shin, it would be an S
So-
sound.
Yeah. It's
So
a
the
different
answer is
letter.
there's no shin without any dots, but we are going to learn a different sounding word thing later that's got a dot on the other side of the shin.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, yeah, there are two letters that both have sort of the shin body. Dot on the right is shin. Dot on the left is sin. It makes an S sound, which we'll learn later.
Okay.
I have a little black square that says waiting in the middle of my screen. Does anyone else have that?
No.
I don't.
Huh.
Waiting? No.
Norm?
I just wanted to suggest, I found this particularly useful, the inside cover of the book.
Oh, the back cover, inside back cover, right?
Well, I guess it's the Hebrew, you open it up from the
Oh, the back, yeah.
binder would be on the right. And there's a whole legend of all the different Hebrew letters, how they're pronounced. And if you look, you can see it's like the third and the fourth from the bottom. They show you the shin and the sin.
Front page.
Right,
It's the
so this is a
inside
great
cover.
tool for review as we go on, as we get to have more letters. You can see that you have all of the letters there, and on the on the folding over one, you have all the vowels. So don't feel that you need to go ahead and learn these in advance. Please don't. That will only confuse you. But when we get further in, it's a good tool for review.
Okay.
Okay. So any other questions?
I do have one question.
Okay, Rona.
On page 19, where it says appearances of the letter shin,
Yeah.
it says, not the shin, but the next word, shaddai.
Shaddai.
Shaddai, you don't say shadu with that dot there?
Oh, the dot that's in the dalet? No.
Yeah.
No.
No.
So that's the vowel is the line under the dalet.
We haven't learned.
Actually, the vowel is that plus the yud, which makes an I sound, which we haven't learned yet.
Okay, so don't pay attention.
The dot in the letter is silent. It's not a vowel. It's part of it's a modification of the consonant that doesn't have any effect for us.
Okay, thank
Dots
you.
in letters usually have no effect,
Uh-huh.
but of course, there are a number of exceptions where sometimes they do, such as like the dot in the bet makes a difference. If you had that same bet without the dot,
Mhm.
it makes a V sound instead of a B sound, which we'll learn as we go.
Okay, thank you.
In a dalet, it doesn't make any difference. But we haven't even learned dalet, so
True.
okay.
That's why I was confused with that, okay.
So is everybody okay with our continuing from here?
Yes.
Right. So let's start out on page 20, what they have for review. Let's just make stock of where we are. Page 20. So, so we've learned 6 letters or I guess 5 letters, and one of them has 2 forms, right? We have the mem and the mem sofit, really 1 letter, 2 forms. And then we have working in the Hebrew way from right to left, we've got shin, bet, tav, lamed, mem sofit. And we've got 4 different vowels, and each one of them represents 2 vowel sounds. The 2 ways to do ah and the 2 ways to do o. Okay? If you have any, if any of this is sparking a question, please go ahead. We've learned 2 basic Jewish vocabulary words, shalom and Shabbat. And of course, that gives us Shabbat Shalom. We've learned 2 different roots, Shin Lamed Mem, completeness, wholeness, and Shin Vet Tav, rest, cease from labor, desist. So now let's go to our new letters, and you could close your books for now, because I would rather do this with sharing the screen, as we've been doing.
Looks like T. Yeah, but it doesn't.
Okay, so I'm going to mute you for a moment here.
I knew that would bother you. That looks just like T. There is a difference.
All right, I'm going to mute you for a moment.
Is this a T? Yeah, but there's a gap.
Okay, so the first new letter of the day is hey. You're looking at hey on the screen. It makes the sound huh. So I can't hear you, but make that sound huh. One way, if you like mnemonic tricks to help you remember things, which I do, I think they're very useful, even though they may seem silly. And sometimes the sillier they sound, the more effective they are. And to me, this one looks like a house because it's got walls on the side and a roof on the top, and it even has a window. Hey, walls, roof, window. So here, as you're looking at the word and taking in how it appears on the page and the sound it makes with the huh, listen to this. The letter He is found twice in the sacred name of God, known as the Tetragrammaton, Yud He Vav He. And it connotes divine revelation. The sound of He, resembling a mere exhalation, teaches that focusing upon breathing is a means for spiritual development. Many Jewish mystics, such as Abraham Abulafia, devised altered forms of breathing as a form of meditation to achieve higher consciousness. In the Bible, when righteous figures like Abraham or Moses were addressed by God, they frequently responded with the single word hineni, starting with the letter He. Anytime that you hear a H sound like the letter H in Hebrew, you have the letter He. So hineni means here I am and I am ready, I am present. Why this succinct response? Because, the sages explained, we must be fully alive in the present moment to experience the divine. To gain greater light and revelation in your current life, meditate upon the letter He. The next letter that we are learning today is Rache. You see Rache on the screen now? Good. So Rache makes the sound R, like the letter R in English. Make that sound R. It usually goes quite a bit better with a vowel. It's not a sound that works well without a vowel. Here's my mnemonic trick for Rache. It looks to me like a road with a curve. Notice that there is a curve here. It's not two lines, it's one curve. It's actually maybe two curves. You got this curve at the top here, and then you have this curve around the side here, like a long and winding road. Rache is associated with higher consciousness. It begins the Hebrew word for Holy Spirit. It's actually two words, Ruach HaKodesh. The word Ruach beginning with Rache. And by the way, anytime you have the sound equivalent to the English letter R, you have Rache in Hebrew. There is no other way to make that sound in Hebrew. Ruach HaKodesh. HaKodesh means the holy, and Ruach means spirit. Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit. Throughout the ages, Jewish mystics have insisted that each of us is capable of great intuition, even prophetic capability, all depending upon our diligence and effort. In the Middle Ages, Maimonides taught, whose name in Hebrew is actually Rabbi Moshe ben Maimon, and it's often said with the acronym Rambam, Resh, Mem, Bet, Mem. Rabbi, or Rav, that's how you say rabbi in Hebrew. Moshe, Mem, another letter that we have. Bet, another letter. Bet, and then a final Mem, a Mem Sophit, Rambam. Anyway, that's Maimonides. He taught that fear, and especially anger, hinder the development of Ruach HaKodesh. That's the Holy Spirit within us, that the connection between the divine and us. If you have some sort of insight, intuition, according to the Jewish mystics, that's God sort of entering your consciousness in the form of Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit. Much later, the 18th century Italian Kabbalist Rabbi Moses Chaim Luzzatto declared that God ordained that one should naturally be able to teach himself, understand, and reason with his intellect. However, there exists another means of gaining knowledge that is much higher, and that is what we call Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit. This includes such things as information concerning future events and hidden secrets. If you want to strengthen your intuitive sense, to better see around corners, meditate upon the letter Resh. So there it is, our long and winding road with these two curves, the one little one at the top here, and then the big one around the side. So let me get rid of this screen now. Let me unmute you. So there we've got those two letters of ours. Let's go back to our book now.
I have a question before we go on.
Yes, please.
But I'm teaching reading to kids. The hey sound is just a breath out, or is it ha, as you said? It has no vowel. It's just a breath out, right?
There's no vowel associated.
Ha. It's not. It's
no vowel sound. You need an actual vowel too.
That's okay. Just checking because. Okay. Thank you.
Whoa. Everybody okay? Good. So let's go to the bottom of page 20. And so here we have our new letters, Resh and Hey, mixed with the letters that we know. So let's go around the room. Feel free to unmute yourself if you want to participate in this. So I'd like to just go around the room doing these letters without any vowel. So you have a choice. You could either make the consonant sound without any vowel. So for example, the hey would be no vowel. Or you could say the letter name if you know the letter name and want to. It could be hey. Okay? So there's no way to actually go around the room without my calling on people because the arrangement of our thumbnails is going to be different on everyone's screen. So I'm going to call a name, and you could either say the next letter or pass it along. No shame in passing it along if you're
Can I ask a question first?
I don't know.
for Diana.
Is the Rache pronounced like r, h, or r?
Oh, that's a great question. It depends where you are.
Oh God.
There are different accents. In Israel, no one actually says, like, the name of the letter in America, we usually say Rache with a r, like the same way that we would say rodeo.
Mhm.
In Israel, no one talks that way. In Israel, they would say Resh. Resh.
Race.
Resh.
Yeah. With the
But those of us who teach in America realize that that's probably not going to happen, and
Right.
most people in America say Resh.
Okay.
So if you want to speak with an authentic Israeli accent, feel free to pronounce it Resh.
I
If
might speak
not-
with an authentic Romanian accent because that's what I've got, but we'll see.
You've heard what accent?
Oh, I'm Romanian, so I have no idea how it's gonna come out.
Oh, okay. Does that answer the question, though?
Yeah, thank you so much.
Great. So Deanna, will you go first?
Reading practice line A.
Reading
Right?
practice line A.
Okay, that's a Rache, so that's like a r.
Excellent. All right, next one, Teresa. Excellent. Next one, Norm.
Lamed.
Excellent. Next one, Ruthie.
Rache says
Excellent. Next one, Natalie.
Hey. Ha.
Excellent. Next one, Mike.
Mem.
Excellent. Next one, Rona. Rona, I can't hear you. Could you unmute yourself?
She's not muted.
You're not muted. There must be something. We can't hear you, Rona.
Fire, maybe? That was my problem.
She says something's wrong with her screen.
Oh,
Rona, we can't hear you.
Maybe if you get out and go back in.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Sign out and try again.
A volume setting on your computer.
yeah, that was my problem.
Okay. Now, in the meantime, Carol, the next one. Where are we, though?
Hey,
Well, I think it's hey.
Yeah,
Hey, ha, hey.
thank you. That's where we
You're
are.
welcome.
Okay, Denise.
Rache.
Excellent. Annie.
Mem Sofit.
Excellent. Next one, Norm.
Rache.
Good. Teresa.
Hey, ha, ha.
Good. Deanna. Last one, line A.
Bet, b.
Good. Rona, could we hear you talk? No.
Ask her if she can can you turn up the volume on your computer? You may have the device volume turned down.
Wouldn't that be her hearing?
No, that was my problem. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Somehow
turn up your volume, see if it works.
there's a little
Rhoda,
volume.
you've got a little muted microphone next to your name. Can you see a microphone icon on your screen that you can click?
Bottom left-hand corner, there's a microphone.
There should be a little arrow.
Right next to the video one, there should be a microphone.
Do you have a telephone?
Or you could call in on a telephone, use the telephone number.
Yes. Keep
And
this
then you'll be
open,
able to hear
Rona.
and speak. And leave yourself, you can leave this open as well so we can see you.
Yes, that's a good idea. Rona, go on. Keep this open and sign on also on a telephone. Try it.
Oh, what a shame.
All right, in the meantime, let's go to line B. Carol, first one.
This would be Rache.
Excellent.
Right.
Second one, Denise.
Lamed.
Yes. Third one, Annie.
Hey,
Good. Fourth one, Norm.
Shin.
Good. Next one, Teresa.
Mem Sofit.
Good. you mind if I correct your pronunciation of the
Please.
Sophite?
So feet.
Sophite. Sophite.
Okay.
Next one, Deanna.
One sec. Rache?
Correct. Good. Natalie.
T.
Good. T sound. It's the name of the letter is Tav.
Tom. Okay.
Yes, but that's the correct sound. Mike.
Hey.
Good. Ruthie.
Lam and ul.
Good. Let's try Rona. Are you? No, can't hear you. Sorry about that, Rona.
No, keep talking.
Carol.
Mem.
All right. Denise.
Rache.
Last one, Annie.
Memsafit.
Good. All right. Now let's do. Let's add all of these letters with the vowels that we've already learned. So we're not going to do all of these. We're going to do a selection, and you could come back and look at them when you have breakout room time. So let's start with line C. Okay. So let's start with Norm.
Can I suggest that we do a couple, 2 or 3, rather than one?
That's a good idea. Do 2 or
Let's
3.
speed it up a little bit.
Sure.
And E is really interesting.
Line D.
Did you say E? E
I
is
said line C.
line C.
Oh, I thought it was
Oh,
E.
okay. All right, I'll do the first 3. It'll be Ra, Ra, Ha.
Excellent. How about the next 3, Teresa?
Low, and a raw. All right, hold on. I'm going to start again.
Start again.
Ha,
Good.
row,
Good.
row.
Excellent. Next 3, Deanna.
Or on lines. Can you tell me where we are? Sorry, I got confused.
Sure. Line C, the 7th.
Okay. That's I'm so sorry. That's a row.
So I think you're on the 6th.
Okay. Ho.
Good.
Ho again.
Good.
And low.
Excellent. Good. All right. The next 3, Natalie.
Mo, show, bow.
Good. Now, Mike, we're going to jump down to line F. First 3 of line F.
Home,
Excellent.
Rome,
Good.
loam.
Excellent. Good. Next 3, Ruthie.
Rome. Loam. Show.
Good. I wish we could do something, Rona. I don't know what we can do.
Oh, call on your phone. Use your phone and call. Oh, I don't know if you have a phone.
Do you have a phone that you could call
I
in?
think you're going to have to work with her offline.
Yeah,
and figure this out.
I do that with my brother, but that won't work.
I don't
here.
know that we could take the class.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
But it worked last time, so I don't know what to do. All right, so let's jump to line H. Actually, let's jump to line J. Line J. So we have there's something else that we need to know about the letter hey. So the letter hey at the end of a word with no vowel is silent.
Oh, okay.
At the end of the word, no letter, silent. So if you look at line I, the first 2 make the exact same sound, ra and ra. Second 2 make the same sound, la and la. Okay? And whose turn was it? Carol's?
So where do you want me to read?
Um, the line I, the fifth, sixth, and seventh.
Wait, why not? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Ramam, Ramon.
Well, no,
Rom.
line I.
That's what I just did. Oh, I'm sorry, I did J, I apologize. Okay, Ma, Mo, and Ro.
Good. All right, so those are the last three.
Oh, okay.
Good. All right, so we skipped a couple. That's okay. So now let's go to line J. Denise, will you try the first three of line J?
Sure. Ram,
Good.
Rama,
Good.
Roma.
Good. Does anyone have any questions about the silent hey at the end of the word? Does it make sense? Good. If you think about like that sound, if you don't have any consonant, it really makes no sound almost. Right? Good. So Annie, will you read the first three of line L? Line L.
Okay. Ba, bash, basha.
Excellent. What's your question, Norm?
If the final hey has
Yeah.
no sound, why do they even have it in the words?
It's because writing is not pure phonetics. It also has to do with grammatical constructions. Hebrew words are formed by taking roots of words. We've learned a few roots and putting them in different forms depending on whether it's a noun or a verb or what tense of the verb it is or whether it's an adjective. And some of those forms involve the hey, and sometimes you have the hey as the third letter in a root. So those are both cases where you would have a word ending in a hey. There might be other cases as well, but there are a few cases. Is that a good enough answer?
Very good.
Any
Any
X
other
would have been a good enough answer.
I was going to say just because. That was a good answer.
That would have worked too.
Just because.
Yeah,
Or a good Jewish educator answer, because God said so.
right.
It's in the good book.
It is a pretty good book. Good. So let's look at the very bottom of page 21, and this is a little discussion of dots. And it's a very general discussion. You can read it on your own later. But basically, what this is telling us is that they serve grammatical functions that we don't really need to know in detail at our level of learning Hebrew right now. It would just be a rabbit hole. And in most cases, it does not affect the sound of the letter, the reading of the letter. But there are some cases where it does. And we'll learn about those as they come up. So our assumption is going to be is that it does not affect the sound of the letter unless we learn that it specifically does. In one case where it does is bet. We've learned the letter bet. If you take the dot out of the bet, it makes a different sound. You might know this. It makes a V sound instead of a B sound. We'll learn that separately. If you don't need to remember that if you don't know that yet. But other letters, it doesn't make any difference. One example, if you turn the page to page 22, you don't have to read all this right now, you can read it at home, is the word Torah, one of our favorite Jewish words. And the word Torah, for grammatical reasons, the taf always has a dot in it, and it makes exactly the same sound as if it weren't there.
Oh, is that specific to the word Torah?
Oh, Roman's coming on.
Is that my,
You've got to turn one off.
He has to
No,
move.
no, she's not, but
Hold that whether that's.
what is that?
You need to mute.
David, you now.
I don't know.
Oh, I know what I need to do.
I'm getting off.
Hold on. Which one, though? This one?
Oh my gosh, What did I do?
Just mute your computer.
She's got it shut
All right, I think
off.
we solved the problem. Rona, can you speak now?
Say hi. Say
All
hi.
right, we got it.
You
Thank
hear
you.
us.
No, you got the wrong one. You muted this one. You want to mute this one
Okay.
and then unmute this one.
It's not unmuting though.
Oh, Rona, you need to unmute your phone. Yeah.
Okay, okay. What?
You have to mute
I
the
just-
computer.
I think I better get off.
No,
Let's
don't
try
do
the
it.
opposite way.
Computer. That's all.
Turn off the sound on the computer. You're getting feedback.
So that means make your mute button off.
But just shut the computer off. She
Microphone.
doesn't need it. She has the phone.
What do you mean?
Not fair.
Take her off?
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
know how to do that, I don't think. Rona, I have a suggestion. Just stay on your phone and get off on computer because we could see you on your phone. So just exit. Yeah. And now I'm going to unmute you on the phone.
Now we don't hear her.
Well, you need to unmute yourself on the phone.
Okay.
Well, muting back.
Turn the computer off.
Hold on.
There's something,
You need to turn the computer. You need to exit the meeting on your computer, Rona.
oh my gosh, this is crazy. I'm trying, but I can't. I can't. I'm gonna shut my computer off.
You can close it.
Wait, something's going to.
Computer off.
Don't break it, though.
Something's, can you shut that off?
Can you shut your computer off?
My computer is crazy. I don't know. Okay.
Got a mind of its own. There should be a little
Shut it off?
red dot, a little red box that says end these meetings.
Okay, I had to shut it off because I couldn't leave the screen. I couldn't get if I pressed the screen, leave didn't come up.
We're
Okay.
fine right now. Say hi.
It's perfect right now.
I'm sorry, I apologize.
No problem, Rona. No problem.
Okay.
So somebody else left. Oh, Norm just left. Oh, well.
Norm left? Was that my fault?
No, I think he had to.
Okay. Oh my
All right,
gosh.
so guys, let's move forward. So we're do we need more of a laugh break?
Go in another room, I hope.
All right, so guys,
Okay. Rick, how did that guy drive down here? I saw the car to drive down here. Okay.
all right, so we're at the bottom of page 22 now.
Oh my gosh.
We have some new vowels to learn.
Yeah.
So we're learning.
A.
You can see this little table where you've got the vowel that has the 3 dots. And repeat after me. It makes the sound eh.
Yeah.
Good. 3 dots. Eh.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
if you want a funny trick to remember that,
Yeah.
it's like a pile of eggs. 3 eggs. All right.
You could
And
file
then you
it
have,
that way.
if you only have 2 dots, it's A. Repeat after me, A.
A.
Yeah.
If you have the 2 dots plus a yud after it with no vowel, it's still A. It's also A. Repeat after me, A.
A.
A. So there's a little note here that there are variations in pronunciation. In Israel, for example, the 2 dots that we're pronouncing A, they pronounce as eh. Don't worry about it. If you go to Israel, deal with it then. While you're at TCS or in America, let's use A. So let's practice a line or two of these new vowels. All right. So let's go to let's do line A of the reading practice on page 23. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So will you start, Denise? Read the first 3.
Ray, May.
Excellent. Annie, next three.
May, hay, hay.
Let's drop down to line B. Carol, first three of line B.
Ha, ra, meh.
Excellent. You guys are quick studies. Natalie, the next three in line B.
Oh, B, that's why.
Ha, sha, ra.
Excellent. Mike, let's drop down to line C, the first three in line C.
Hame, shame, tame.
Excellent. Rona, first three
Yes,
in line. Excellent. We can hear you now.
I know. I'm so
First
excited.
three in line D.
Line D,
Line D.
ha, ha,
Wait. Hair.
ba.
Wait.
Oh, here.
No, it's not
Yeah.
air. Hair.
It's, what is it? Hair,
Hair.
there, tear.
Good. Those are actually hard to say. All right. Ruthie, line C. I mean, line E, the first three.
Baked, mate, cake.
Good. Did I skip you, Annie? No. Good. Let's, did I skip you, Teresa? I did. So line F, the first three.
Unmute yourself, Teresa.
You're muted, Teresa.
Okay. Shart.
Oh, so this is hard. You got to take it one syllable at a time. What's the first syllable of that first one?
Sh.
Good. What's the second?
Re.
Ret.
Charette. Oh, that's the whole
Yeah,
word. Yeah.
ret. Two syllables.
Okay.
So try it again.
Charette.
Good.
Charette.
Good.
Meret.
Meh.
Meh. Yeah, meh.
Me. Oh, with an R. Mer.
Meret.
Meret.
Good.
Last word that I can mess up is berem.
That was perfect.
M.
You said you were going to mess it up, and you did it perfect.
Okay, great.
Excellent. So, so let's just talk for very quickly. I want you to read this at home, but turn to page 24. We're not going to go over these 2 pages in class this time unless we have time at the end. But our root of the day is shin mem resh, like on 24, which means to guard, to keep, to preserve. And we might know it best from this phrase shomer Shabbat, which means a keeper of Shabbat, a preserver of Shabbat, someone who guards the sanctity and the holiness of Shabbat by doing things that are Shabbos-dick.
Sounds
Right.
really.
So,
How do you know?
I could see the panic on his face. You couldn't.
David,
yes, Denise.
so what are the vowels in Shomer?
So if you look at the third line, we could actually read that word with what we know now. The third line of the English from the top of the page.
Oh.
Shin, the O that has the line and the dot. Mem with the L. Resh. We can read that word.
Shomer.
Okay. Shomer Shabbat.
Oh, Shomer Shabbat. I see it.
Right. So,
Shomer.
so the other place that I think there are 2 more places in our prayers that we probably know this root. One is Lechando D, the first verse, which you'll see on page 25. That first line of Hebrew is from the first stanza of Lechando D, where we sing Shamor Vizach, or Shamor. That's that root, which means guard or keep, and the other one is remember, that we hear in one word. And the other is Vishamru. That's the third example. Vishamru. So that's an example of how roots are used in Hebrew. They see you got the root in the middle,
2 dots.
and you have a prefix before it. The V is a prefix.
No, really.
And
Okay, I'll go
do
more.
people see where I am? I'm on page 25, the third example down. That's our prayer of Vishamru.
Shamru.
And so we have the form of the word, which is Shamru. That's and a prefix. You know, we turn, like Hebrew turns these roots into words by putting them to forms that sometimes have an extra vowel, a bunch of different vowel sounds, maybe an extra hey at the end or an oo at the end, and prefixes and suffixes. That's how the language works with the roots. But in the meantime, we're going to practice reading Hebrew.
Can I ask a question?
Yes,
The 2 dots underneath the letter, does that mean it's the end of the syllable?
the 2 dots under.
Visham.
What word are you talking about?
Vishamru.
Ah,
2
yeah.
dots underneath the end, does that mean it's the end of the syllable? There's 2 dots underneath?
Yes, whenever you have. Well,
No? Okay. It's not simple answer?
it's almost simple. Like in this case of that word, the 2 dots are a vowel that we haven't learned yet that mean it's silent. When it's silent, it's the end of a syllable. When it's sounded, it's not.
Okay.
It's more complicated that we'll learn at the right time.
Sorry.
Right.
You jump ahead.
So for example, yeah.
Okay,
Let's save that. So guys, turn to page 27. I'm going to put you into pairs, and I want you to practice page 27. All right? Let me put you in breakout rooms. We'll probably have 6 or 7 minutes and get as far as you can. If you finish that, you could go back to some of the other reading examples or read together some of the interesting supplementary materials. Okay, here we go. Let's see what happens. I'm doing automatic breakout rooms, so they're completely random. Perfect. What happened here? Were you the wrong number? Oh. All right, here we go.
Shama. Shameh. I'm sure it should be Shameh. I pronounced
Yeah.
it wrong.
Where
Okay,
are
then.
you, Carol?
Second word and E.
Okay.
Shemeh, Shara, Shaleh, Sha.
Wait. The fourth word, you reverse the vowels. Try that again.
Shela.
That's it.
Sha, Ba, and Be, Ma.
Good.
Good, good. So I'll go down to number 4 now and do.
Yes, that's fine, Rona.
Okay, so hey, whore,
Wait. What was the first one, Rona?
he, ha,
Har.
ha,
If-
har.
Pronounce that consonant.
I pronounced it wrong. It should be har.
There.
Okay. Whore. Ha ha.
That's it.
Okay. Ha whore.
Good.
Ha bar. Ha bor.
Good job, Rona.
So I'll do B. I'm do
Thank
shame.
you.
Okay. Shame. Ha shame.
Good.
Ra shame. Ro shame. Ro shate. And re shit.
Excellent, Carol.
Okay. So I'll do mir. Is that right, mir?
Correct.
Shamir. Shomir. Ma. Shomar.
Shomer.
Shomir. Shomeret.
Good.
No,
Good.
Shomeret, right?
Shomer.
No, Shomeret, but Shamor.
Good.
Shaor. No, sure.
No.
Sure. You guys are doing very well, so I'm going to leave you and join
Thank you.
another.
Thank you.
Thank you, David.
No, he's not happy that I'm focusing on Zoom and you right now. All right, so here we go.
What line are you on, Teresa?
Oh, hey.
Hi.
I'm on A. Number 4A.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say har,
Excellent.
hor,
Good.
har,
Good.
hole, hor,
Good.
bar,
Good.
bower. R throws me off. It's hard.
Four.
That was good.
Good job.
2
A
dots.
would be B.
Okay. Sham. Hash.
Wait, you're doing B?
Oh, yeah. Right, that's A. No, that's in 2 dots. Wait. So it's 2 dots is A, long A, right? So it's share, wait a second. Shame.
Shame.
Yes.
Shame. Like shame on you. Hey, bang.
Wait, you're the second one in line B?
Hey. No, I'm wrong. Hey, it's 2 dots. Well, the long line is A. I'm sorry. Shame.
That's it.
My eyesight. That's Ra shame.
That's it.
Sorry. Romaine.
No, that's a shin.
That's a shin. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, my eyes. I'm tired. Roshane.
That's it.
Rochate.
That's it.
Rachette.
Good.
Okay.
Awesome.
Would it help you to magnify, perhaps?
I know. A better light or whatever. You're right.
I think
My age is showing.
It's the seeing more than the reading, I have a feeling, right?
Yep. So the next line is mare.
That's it. I'm going to join another group. You guys are doing very well.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Thank you.
What? Hey. You think it's
I
both?
think it was Shayla Haim.
I'm sorry I didn't have time to visit all of the rooms, but
We'll
we
have to
ran
look on
out of
it.
time.
I
And
have to
so-
say, that was very stressful doing that with Norm because he reads so fast.
Oh,
I don't read correctly. I just read fast.
All right. Too fast for them to know that there might be something incorrect.
Absolutely.
It's
No
a
more
good
I-
strategy. Good
Could I
strategy.
ask a question?
Yes, any questions? No,
On row M,
what
on page,
line?
page 27, row M,
What line?
Row M.
next to the line,
M for Mary, M.
M,
Oh,
M.
oh, okay.
the next to the last word, could you say that?
All right, this is a tricky one, right?
They have that, yeah.
page
So
left.
you
Yes.
as I'm saying it, you reason out why. Beauchelet.
Because you have to have a vowel.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
The bet needs to have a vowel, so the
You can't
vowel
say it without it.
needs to be the dot in the shin, the bow.
Oh,
So that's
okay.
that vowel for the B.
Yeah.
Okay. Bow shell.
Go back to that sentence on page
Oh,
14 that
Right.
Ruthie pointed
It's
out.
on the,
Questions?
Yeah, but you know,
Beauchelet.
Any other questions? Let me give you your homework assignment. It's very predictable. It's always the same thing. Review the whole chapter.
So
And
this,
especially do the reading on this page 27 out loud. Especially review the whole chapter, but that's the main thing. Read page 27 out loud, preferably with a partner.
Okay.
okay.
Any questions about that?
Nope.
Well, I hope you guys had as much fun as I did.
It was a fun day.
Always.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye, thank you.
Well,
Happy Fourth, everyone.
Have a good 4th, everyone.
thank
You too. Thank you.
I'll see you Tuesday,
Stay
Okay.
well.
Forward to it. Enjoy.
unless I don't think I'm working then.
Okay.
Bye now.
Thank you, David.
You're very
Thank you.
welcome.
Yes,
Thank
David,
you,
thank you.
Norm. Thanks, Ruthie.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.
I'll say hi to the Wi-Fi, you Norm.
Fair enough. I was there today.